Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope each and every one of you are having a great day. Today, I want to give you an update on the HyperDipped wheels. If you guys are, fans of the channel or you've watched my other videos, maybe you've watched that one a few months back. We painted or HyperDipped the wheels on the Mustang EcoBoost, and I want to let you know how it's holding up. So let's get right into it. All right guys, like I said, a couple months ago, we painted the wheels, the stock wheels on the EcoBoost, blacked them out with HyperDip. It was the piano black version. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I have made some mistakes in that video. If you guys have not watched that video, feel free to give it a watch. I'll put it right here for you. That'll get you up to speed to what I'm about to talk about. But so far, HyperDip has been on there for 2 months. Unfortunately, there's some issues. But before I show you the damage, and yes, there's damage, unfortunately, I want to preface with, I've used a lot of HyperDip products in the past, but not HyperDip. This was the first time I've used HyperDip. And let me tell you, it goes on much differently than HyperDip, and the steps, kind of the whole process is a bit different. So if you're kind of like me and you've used HyperDip over the years, you've gotten good at spraying that product, really make sure you listen to what I'm about to say for HyperDip to ensure you have a smooth experience when using it. So what have I found from this experience of using HyperDip? Well, the first thing and the first mistake I made was the application. Now, when I applied the HyperDip, it was like 45, maybe 50 degrees at the warmest. And I was kind of anxious to get the job done. I really wanted them blacked out. So I decided to pick the warmest Saturday that we had at the time. And that was like a 45, 50 degree day, and it was just much too cold. The painting conditions, you should be at 70 degrees plus when painting for best adhesion, as well as getting a nice, smooth, glossy finish. I tried to kind of remedy that situation by using a heat gun between coats, and I think it worked okay, but obviously not ideal. So that's the first thing I warn you guys about. Don't get too ambitious, and if the day is not beautiful, sunny, 75 degrees, I would encourage you to hold off if you can. I know we all get kind of into the next mod, and myself personally, whenever I have something new to add onto the car, I want to add it right away. I want to get the job done. But I should have held off, and I should have waited a little bit longer for a nice warm day, which would probably be the springtime, unfortunately. That being said, it's important to make sure you have a really clean prepped surface as well. I used Dawn dish soap to really scrub the rims and tires before I painted, and I think I did a good job there. So that wouldn't have been the problem. My problem, I think, came in, 1, with the temperature, like I said, and 2, with how I applied the coats. When they say light coats, guys, they're not kidding. Make sure they are super light, like super, super, super light. The problem I had, I thought I was doing pretty light coats. I think I did 4 or 5 light coats, but I still experienced little runs and drips and things like that. So I was going too heavy on those coats. And it really needs to be like a fine dusting until you build up enough to where you have, a little bit more to work with there, and you can start laying it on thicker. So that was another problem. And the cold weather probably didn't help that as well. I'm sure if it was warmer, we were painting in the right conditions, then we would have got a different result. So, like I said, paint in the right conditions, warm weather, preferably. Make sure very light coats to begin with. I would say like 6 really, really light coats. Read the can, guys, and then your last couple coats are gonna be a bit heavier so you can get the gloss finish. That's a very tricky process as well, because you don't wanna go too heavy and start getting runs. I kind of experimented with this, and I unfortunately did end up getting runs. I don't like that, so nobody does. Anyways, the last thing I want to note, which a lot of people in the comments of this last video made me aware of too. I don't know why I didn't think of it when I was actually painting the wheels, but I sure am thinking of it now. The way I painted them is I took them all off the vehicle, all 4 of them. I took them off and I stacked them up against the wall, so they were on kind of an angle like this, right? So I did that and I rotated the rim so I got complete coverage. However, that means gravity was kind of pulling the paint down to the bottom of the wheel, and it kind of pooled in where the rim meets the tire, so that little lip in there. And I think that is what led to the damage that I'm about to show you on the right or the rear passenger side wheel. So the fix to this would be to lay all the wheels down flat on the ground and paint overhead, right? Circling around each rim, making sure you got complete coverage. So if I ever do this again, that's how I'm gonna do it. But you live and you learn, and hopefully if you can take anything away from this update video, it's gonna be kind of what mistakes I've made in doing this, and so you don't make them. So at least I hope anyway. So I've stalled long enough. Let me show you the damage right here, and just suck it up. I made a mistake on this one. I'm gonna try to fix this, but yeah, it is what it is. All right guys, you notice anything weird? Black, 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 not black. Yeah, it's starting to peel up here. You can see where the lip is the stock wheel coming through there. You can see it's kind of wrinkling up here as well. I don't know if you can on camera or not, but I can see it. And what happened was here we actually had a small piece that lifted up, and I'm pretty sure it's because it pooled up in this little lip here between the tire and the rim. And that piece, unfortunately, when we put on the tire shine here so it doesn't adhere to the tire, and you can take that off, I'm sure there was some in this groove. It probably peeled up, and then either, you know, going through the car wash, or, you know, when I'm scrubbing them right in the driveway, things like that. I try to be very gentle with these and only use a pressure washer with them with a chemical and light agitation, but I think it probably caught it at one point or another and started to peel it. So now we have a problem. It looks kind of bad. So I'm gonna try to probably touch this up. I'm gonna see if I can, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure if or how that will work. I have a little bit of the product left, but not too much. So either we're going to rock it like this until we abandon this idea and go on to the next, or I'm gonna try to redo it. But honestly, I'm thinking it's time for new rims. I think it's time for new wheels, new tires. You know, the stock ones here are not bad, but they're 18s. I think 19s or even 20s would be pretty cool. If you guys have suggestions for rim ideas, put them down below. Let me know what you guys have on your car, because there's so many rim options available. Wheel and tire setup, I mean, it's just, it's amazing. I really like the RTR Tech 7s. I think the Tech 7s would look amazing on the car. I've been toying around with 19s or 20s, and if I do 20s, I think it would look pretty cool, but I'm not sure the ride quality would be very good. So if you guys are riding on 19s or 20s, let me know down below what you guys think. But I've seen a few pictures of RTR Tech 7s in their charcoal, kind of the matte or satin, not satin, matte charcoal kind of color, and honestly it looked really good. So I'm thinking we might end up going there. They're kind of pricey, so we'll see if we can swing it at some point in time, but that's what I'm thinking. Well guys, that's pretty much all I have for you on this video. This is a pretty laid back, kind of a quick little update here for you on what happened. The rest of the wheels are holding up pretty good actually, so it's really just that right rear or passenger side rear tire that's having a little bit of, it's having some issues. So we'll see what we want to do. Let me know what you guys think I should do down below. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I love making them. So until the next one, you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next upload. Goodbye.